Hi, welcome. I want to share with you today a mini lesson about inspired work, work that is the truest expression of who you are. If you don't know me, my name is Kylie. I am the creator of the New School for Inspired Work, where I help other people discover, create, and live their inspired work. What else? So today I want to talk more about it. What is it? Why do you want it? And how might you go about figuring out what that is for you? I'm going to start today first, though, by sharing a little bit of my personal journey. My story starts about 15 years ago. And at the time, I was doing work that I was good at, but I was not great at it. And I definitely wouldn't say I loved it. I just felt like I was coasting, getting by. I was paid well. I had great clients. I was doing work that was okay, but it started to dawn on me that it really held no meaning for me. And I started to have the sense that I was playing small in my work and that I had something more to give. But at the time, I didn't know what that more was and I didn't know how to figure it out. And that was really frustrating to me. And I felt stuck in that place for a long time. It actually went on for years. And my frustration ended up becoming anger and even rage at times. And I would look out into the world and say to the world, the world is so uninspiring. That's uninspiring. You're uninspiring. Where's the inspiration? And I have to laugh because it finally dawned on me one day that what I was looking for was I wanted to feel inspired. I wanted to be the one who was inspired. And it was me who was actually not being inspiring. So, what journey that sent me on was, actually the very first thing I did on my journey was I started a vision board. And whatever you think about vision boards, that doesn't matter. Some people love them, some people don't. But to me, it was a very significant exercise because I found something that really helped me. And what it was actually an ad. I have no idea what it was for, but there was 3 simple words on the page and it said, "Be the light." And why that was so important for me is because all that time I spent in frustration and not knowing where to turn and what was next for me and where to go, it was because I had been looking outside of myself into the world. I had been waiting for something to inspire me when actually what really needed to happen was I needed to inspire myself. I needed to go within and feel lit up from within and be the light. And that understanding changed everything for me. And this is when my clarity started to come. And I want to invite you into the same clarity for yourself. If you're having an experience of work right now that you're not enjoying, there's probably only one reason for that. I've only ever seen one reason why people don't enjoy the work that they're doing. It's because it doesn't allow for the full expression of who you are. The pain you're feeling is that just like me in my journey, you evolved, you became more, and your work probably didn't evolve with you. And what that meant was you were left with this burning desire, or you are left with this burning desire for more for your work and for your life. But because you're not going there, because you're not following that desire, it's becoming more and more painful to be where you are. So the journey is about becoming more of who you are. And it's not about becoming someone different. It's actually about remembering who you already are, who you've always been. And this is where joy in our work comes from. It comes from being exactly who we are. Now, I had to go through a whole series of steps and stages in my own journey to remember who I was and to bring that into my work. And I just want to share with you some of those stages today. The first one I want to talk about is reclaiming your power. Most people have chosen their work from a state of lack or wounding. Most of us go through life with what I call our not enough stories. You know, the ones, I'm not smart enough, I'm not lovable enough, I have nothing of value to offer, I'm not worthy enough, all the not enough stories. And unfortunately, what happens is we choose our work from these stories. And then we end up using our work as a way to overcome these stories and to prove worthiness, when actually work is supposed to be an expression of our worthiness. So it is important for us to cast off those old limiting stories, those limiting beliefs about yourself and about your work. They have to go. And they may have served you for a while, but if you're here, chances are that they're not serving you any longer. So honor those stories for how they helped you at the time. They're no longer serving you. Honor them and let them go. The next stage is remembering to trust yourself. So many people are swayed by what's going on outside them. They look outside of themselves to figure out what their work is. They look at, what school they can go to, what degree they can get, what jobs are available, what companies are out there. And all the while, they can't find their place. And this is because what you're searching for actually isn't out there. It is something that wants to be expressed through you. It's something that wants to come through you. And to get there, you have to start trusting your own inner guidance. Your inner guidance knows where you want to go. It knows where you want to be, and it's trying to guide you there. So part of your work is to reconnect with your own compass and allow it to lead you into your work. I mentioned already that so many people report that when they're trying to figure out their work, they feel lost. They don't know what direction to go in. And again, this wanting a direction tends to come from outside of ourselves, where instead we get clear when we choose our direction and we become self-directed. So to me, what's really important is to identify and determine what I call our guiding principles, which is your purpose, vision, and mission. These help you make decisions in your life. They become I don't want to say the measures, but they become your own beacon, your own North Star. When you are clear about who you're here to be, why you're here, and what it is you're here to do, it becomes much easier to take a step in the direction that feels right to you. So many people feel like they are an insignificant cog in the wheel of the machine of life and work, and it becomes meaningless. That's how I felt in my work. I started to lose the sense of how what I was doing was a part of something greater than me. So it is essential for your inner wellness to have this sense of meaning in your work. And that comes from understanding how who you are is a part of something greater than just yourself. And it's important for us to figure out who we are and how does that fit into the bigger picture in the world. Owning your value. One of the most prevalent not enough stories I hear from people is that I don't have anything valuable to offer the world. And that evokes two things in me. One of them is it breaks my heart. And the other is that it actually upsets me, because what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that every single human has inherent value. And it's not your fault. We are conditioned away from who we are. Through school, we're taught that your skills and your knowledge become your value in the world. But what's actually valuable is your inherent beingness. You were born with specific strengths. And when you use those, you offer your gifts to the world. And you have unique talents that are yours. They are personal to who you are, your interests, your aptitudes, your abilities. These are all inherent to your beingness. And when you see who you are from that place, that's when you know your real value. Everything I've been talking about so far is what I would refer to as our inner work. And to me, inspired work is a combination of our inner work and our outer work. So not only do we have to be clear about who we are and what we have to offer, then we also have to actually take action to bring that into the world. So what does that look like? It starts with dreaming. And so many people I meet have forgotten how to dream. They've been told to stop dreaming, but dreaming is the birth of all new ideas. And the it is the state that allows the energy to come through us so we can create new things. So this stage is about remembering to dream for the purpose of opening and receiving energy. Let your desire flow. Every human creates every single thing in their life. It's true. And that might feel like a huge responsibility, and it is, but it's also our freedom. We are free to create whatever it is we want in our life, including our work. And so to step into your inspired work, you have to accept your role as a creator. You have to allow that creative life force energy to come through you. And then your job in the world is to take action to bring those ideas to life. That's what creating is. It's taking an idea, something that comes from the non-physical world, and taking action to make it real in the physical world. And you do this with your work as well. Making your contribution. You are not here by accident. You were specifically designed to come in and play a role in the evolution of humanity. Your existence is a part of the expansion of all that is. That's how important your inspired work is. You are a part of the whole of everything. And so when you take the time to get clear about who you are, what you have to offer, and you start acting on offering it, that's when you are making your genuine contribution. And your work is a platform both for the expression of you and also for the expansion of consciousness itself. It's that important, like I said. Your unhappiness in your work comes from what I call misalignment. Without this clarity about who we are within and what it is that wants to be realized through us, anything we do, if it's not aligned to that, we're going to feel unsatisfied and unhappy and unfulfilled. So our fulfillment comes from doing all the things I've mentioned already today, which is reclaiming our power, trusting our own inner guidance, getting self-directed, getting clear about who we're here to be, why we're here, what we're here to do, owning and claiming your value, finding meaning for yourself in your work, and getting into a dream state to allow those new ideas and potentials to come, and then to actually get into action and start creating it. This is how you make your contribution, and this is how you live your truth. It is the alignment of who you are within with what you're doing in the world. I want you to embrace your inspired work as an adventure 15 years later, and I'm still on this journey. I'm still loving it and living it and getting clear about who I am and creating new ways to bring forth who I am into the world through my work. But I'm inspired by my work. That thing I wanted so much 15 years ago, I wanted to feel inspired. I get to live that now on a daily basis. My work is energizing and exciting and fun. And yes, not all the time, absolutely, but almost all of the time. So if this is something you want for yourself in your life, if you want to go on the never ending, ever unfolding journey of bringing who you are into the world through your work, I invite you to join me for the 5-day Inspired Work Challenge. It's free. It starts tomorrow. It's going to be fun. And it's going to walk you through these stages I talked about today and help you get to more clarity about who you are in what you want to do in the world for work. I want you to create your work from a place of knowing your worthiness and knowing that you are worthy of living a truly inspired life. I hope to see you there.